comedian, activist, and actor in the new play Clinton the Musical. And Mike Rogers with us tonight at rawstory.com. Great to have both of you with us.
Thanks.
Judy, is this just going to be a lifelong fight against the conservative movement, that they're never going to get the message? What's your response to Jindal's support of this bill?
Well, I think they will get the message when major companies and people do not frequent these businesses. Look what happened in Indiana. This is going much further, but I remember last time I was on the show, we were talking about gay marriage, and you said, is it not discrimination? I never used the word discrimination, and you were absolutely right. This is a law permitting discrimination, and it is abhorrent on so many levels. But you know what? I don't want a cake from someone who doesn't want to make a cake for my wedding, but I'll be sure to let every single person that I know, or who I know about that. It's going to come back, and it's complete and utter pandering because he is going to be running for president.
But Judy, isn't that giving those who want to discriminate an alibi? And I understand what you're saying. You don't want to go where you're not wanted. You don't want to do business where you're not viewed as equal. And I really do believe that that's how these people view this.
Right.
But this has to be pushed back against, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We covered this in the First Amendment. You know, when you think about the Boston Tea Party, which was also somewhat similar to this, you know, we wouldn't be drinking so much coffee now had that not happened. Seriously. And this is complete. Yeah. They're just being incredibly short-sighted and trying to, I mean, these people want less government, but now they want the government to allow them to discriminate. They want a law saying, you know what, you can be a jerk. Let me tell you something. There's no same-sex omelets anywhere, okay?
Yeah. Mike, what about Jindal's positioning of this? He's claiming that those who want religious freedom somehow are the victims in all of this, that they are being put in an imposition because someone wants to exercise their freedom. I mean, this is a rather unique way of putting it, isn't it?
Well, and what it means is it's one of these politicians that you have a dictionary that's been created especially for them. And in the case of the Bobby Jindal to the American People dictionary, what this means is don't focus on the fact that I've destroyed my state budget. Don't focus on the fact that education in my state is in the tank. Don't focus on all of the horrible things that I did in Louisiana. Blame that on the media, because I'm with you on these false religious, these claims. There's not a whole lot of this whole world where everybody's being denied their religious freedoms. All people want, all people have ever asked for, is a fair and equal access to things. And if you want to sell cake on Main Street in your town in Louisiana, you should have to sell it to everybody, because that street is protected by the police, paid for by everybody. It's protected by the fire department. Absolutely. And as I've said often, there's rules in society. You want to live in society, you should play by the rules where everybody is treated fairly.
Yeah. But Mike, doesn't this set up some kind of confrontation if this law were to be passed? That there's going to be a gay couple that is going to frequent a business and then be challenged. And then what happens? I mean, I think this is horribly confrontational for them to take this position. Where's the end game here?
Well, and I think we've seen that business after business saying enough is enough. And in fact, today I was reading about how the film industry is having issues with what's going on right now in Louisiana. And the Baton Rouge area and, of course, New Orleans are both used as film locations. And that's big money to the state. You would think that's what he would be focusing on. So I think, unfortunately, with every single major Republican presidential candidate coming out and saying, I support these bills, I think the end game is, once again, in a year and a half, the American people will say, enough with the divisive hate, enough with tearing people apart, enough with who will be served. This is the stuff of the early 20th century. No Jews allowed. Irish served, don't apply for a job here if you're black. This is pathetic. And this is where Bobby Jindal wants to take America. This is what he thinks should be his swan song as governor of the state. Unbelievable.
And we will leave it there. I appreciate Judy Gold and Mike Rogers with us tonight here on the Ed Show. Appreciate your time. Very well put.
Ed.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ed.
You bet.